Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Rita Egidio, and welcome to the Influential Creatrix Podcast. I'm so happy to have Amanda here with me, and we are going to have a beautiful conversation about her work and who she is.
Hi everyone.
Oh, wait
My name
a
is Rita
second.
Egidio and welcome to the Influential Creatrix Podcast.
I'm getting okay. Now we are good.
Okay. Hi, Rita. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful.
I always ask my guests to present themselves. Do you want, my lady, to tell who you are, what you do, where are you from?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm born and raised in Ireland. I was living in America for 18 years, and now I'm back living in Ireland the last number of years. Happy to be home. And I'm a mother of two young children, and then which I love, and I also dedicate my life and my work to be of service, and I do that through helping people create sacred spaces in their environments with Feng Shui. But then
Oh, I love that.
yeah. And then to create sacred spaces within themselves. So we do a lot of goddess work and ceremony and rituals. So I love what I do. I'm really, really grateful. I've been doing it for nearly 20 years now. So
But,
yeah, I'm really grateful.
oh, I love this because I deeply believe in Feng Shui. I don't have the knowledge, but I have the questions. So this is going to be
Good. Bring
this
them
is going to
on.
be fun. Okay, so a little background story on me. I'm an amplifier. I am a DJ. I was a DJ for many, many years in my life. I toured the world, and then when pandemic, I have been on I have been studying digital influence. I have been famous in Portugal many years ago, and then I learned that lessons, and I came to the digital world, and I make myself viral doing DJing, being a mom as well, and now I'm working with women, and I help them not just grow online and become the leaders of their fields, but as well I am a EFT practitioner and a tapping practitioner. So I bring the tapping in to change their mindset, their beliefs, and to help them boost their confidence and just go for their dreams. So I work with successful women as you. So what is your why? Why you start? What was 20 years ago? What did happen?
Well, my why, I feel like I've got a couple of whys, and
Please share. We
for me,
have
it's like a soul journey, very much so, because that's really where I operate from. And I've always been really connected with the elements and creating sacred spaces. And when I moved to America 20 years ago, people used to be like, "Oh, did you have your house feng shui?" And I was like, "What is this feng shui stuff?" And then it's like a soul agreement that I will show up and teach and help create sacred spaces. And it really transformed my life, and it still does. Like, it supports me and my family every single day, because that's the amazing thing about feng shui. It's like you implement it and you create this sacred container for yourself, right? And your family, and then it's just supporting you every day. And so my why is to raise consciousness in the planet. I always say home by home, person by person. And then, my children are very much so my why as well. And just when I first started learning feng shui, it was really, first of all, for myself, then it was for, consulting, and then it just keeps growing. And then I just listen, okay, what's been asked of me? And then I check in and see, okay, does that feel in alignment? And then from there, I just create from that space.
nice. What kind of people do you work with?
Yes. I work with all sorts of amazing people, because I've done, like, feng shui is used worldwide. Like, I've personally done DreamWorks and Hyundai Cars and Bank of America and
Oh,
Wachovia.
okay. DreamWorks, and they could guide me. What are we talking about?
Yeah, like they hired me to do all their office spaces. So they flew me to Los Angeles, then to San Francisco, and because, again, knowing about feng shui and the fact that well, first of all, I always say, when people ask me what feng shui is, it's like coming into a space and receiving an embrace, like in receiving a hug. And so then when people come into their workspace, and especially in something like DreamWorks, where it's very creative, if they feel comfortable and welcome, and it's like a second home, because you spend up to 8 hours a day in your workplace. I mean,
Yeah.
post COVID, a lot of people are gone back now. And so if we're feeling good in our home, our workspace, we're going to feel more productive because we're feeling, our nervous system is feeling more peaceful, like we feel supported. And so what happens when you use feng shui in businesses, relationships become better with employees, management, vendors. And then, and in feng shui, you can work on all sorts, abundance, creativity. So when the environment is really balanced and people feel supportive and they feel good in their space, there's less sick days, everybody gets along better, people are more productive. And it's the same thing in our homes,
And in the cars as well, we can do feng shui in the cars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, when I did it with Hyundai cars, it was really just design, like ergonomics, and how the element, obviously you're not putting a water fountain in the back seat, but it's more like how can the essence of the elements and the energy be flowing, with the design of the car.
Because for who have no clue and is living under a stone, feng shui is about placing certain things in certain places and adding other things, right? Like feng shui in a house is, for example, where you put your bed or what kind of image you have on top of your bed, right? Guide me.
Yeah,
It's
well,
much more than that, but I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. See, that's the thing, and there's a couple of different ways to explain it. So one is, like I said, you go into space and you feel like you feel safe, you feel inspired, you feel like you feel better going into the space than you did before you were in it, right? And we all know what bad feng shui is. We've all been in a space where it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get out of this home or this restaurant or this, and you're not sure why, and it can be an energetic thing. The other way I like to describe feng shui is, it's really important if we spend up to 80% of our time inside that we're supported in our environment. And a lot of the time I go in and out of people's environments and they're so in the past. They've got everything, stuff they inherited, stuff from people that gave them that they don't even like, stuff from past relationships, so the whole closet of stuff from a job that they've completely changed from like a corporate world to a, or vice versa, holistic field or something. And so feng shui really helps us align with who we are now. And then also, where we want to go, what are our goals, what are our intentions, and our space can kind of be a catalyst and support us. And it's like a law of attraction. So when I go into somebody's space, I can tell exactly what's going on in their lives because the space speaks to us. I mean, I can tune in and feel energy anyway, but like there's so many telltale signs. So if somebody's single, it's really obvious because usually there's loads of single images of women or men and they don't even realize that I've counted up to 50, around people's space. They're like, what? I didn't even notice, or if people are burnt out, or the light bulbs are burnt out, if they don't have a firm like grip on their, like kind of like on life, the door handles are all loose, or you can't get in the front door because it's kind of stuck, so or if they've blocked emotions, the plumbing's blocked, or if there's money challenges, usually the faucets and the taps are leaking, or there's some kind of a leak somewhere in the house where abundance and opportunities are leaking away. So it's really amazing how walking into somebody's space and without them even being there or them telling you anything, you can tell so much of what's going on in their life based on their space.
Oh my God, I just moved to a different house and I didn't know my old house we are done with the old house, was a clear message. Everything was getting broken and like the house was like really kicking us up. This is new. And first thing I did was buy some flowers. And I need to buy again because they last for like almost 2 weeks. And they need, I took you away from the question of what people do you work with. We go back in a second, but give us as people, normal people, some like 3 or 4 or 5 things. Then we need. I
would love to, yeah, because first of all, like my feng shui years ago, what things are all breaking, yes. So right away, like it is scientifically proven, not that us energy workers needed to know that, like we already knew that, but everything is made up of energy. So the way it works is energy is either supporting you in life, or it's like blocking your energy, right? And so in your home, it can either be blocking or it can be supporting you so you can thrive in life. Now, we know that everything's made up of energy. So whatever has happened in the home beforehand, unless the space has had a really good energetic clearing, it's holding all the energy from previous people. If there was divorces, if there was bankruptcies, if there was sicknesses, like any of that stuff, that's all still on the walls, it's in the roof, it's in the carpets, you know. And so when somebody else moves into a space, and they're like, why is everything breaking? Why am I feeling this way? It's because they're in that energy. And so unless that energy is cleared and cleansed, which I would love to tell everybody how you can do that.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
So you can cleanse energy very, very simply. So the first thing you always want to do is you want to be mindful of your own energy, because when you're cleansing another space that people have previously lived in, you know, you want to, so what I like to, the practice I like to do is just get everyone to close their eyes and just breathe into their heart. And exhale. And as they exhale, just ground down. So we want to ground our energy down to connect with Gaia, Mother Earth, right? So we are really clear, you know, in who we are and where we are. And then we bring our awareness, and this is a very fast version, but it can be done that quickly. You bring your awareness to the crown of your head, and you just that direct connection with your highest self and with source. And then a lot of the time I might suggest surrounding yourself in white light, you know, so just your energy field is protected, right? And so then once you've done that, then you open the sacred space, right? So I'm open the sacred space, and you evoke, you know, if there's archangels you like to work with, there's specific guides, goddesses, so then you can evoke like your team, you know, or a guide, or if this isn't something you've done before, just ask that if there is an angel or something for you to work with, call them in. And then you set the intention. So I'm going to cleanse this home of any lower vibration that is not for the highest good, or just cleanse it from any
Cleansing
vibration.
this home for all low vibration. What was?
Yeah, I'm cleansing the home.
Any low vibration, and maybe bring all the abundance that this house deserves, and we as well.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling amazing already. So.
Oh, good. And you don't even have to be in the space to do that. You can just energetically connect with the space either way. Like I do clearings virtually, or I can do them in the space. And then if you are there, then you can open your eyes, and you still have that intention, you still have your support, you're still grounded and connected. And then I like to open up all the doors and windows, so everything that can be possibly opened. And then you start at the front door, because that's where the energy enters the space. And then you want to work clockwise around the space. So it's like moving forward. And so you can do many different modalities. You can burn sage. You can burn Palo Santo.
Palo Santo.
Yeah.
I mean, the choice here at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Copal and Palo Santo. I live in Mexico, so for me it's really easy.
Beautiful. So there you go. I mean, it can frankincense, it can be myrrh, it can be, you know, incense, and like, so you can use, and you know, especially with sage, the Native Americans, that was connection to source. So when the smoke goes straight up in any of these modalities, it means that you've cleared the energy. But if you notice it's going to the left or the right and it's not going up, it's because the energy still needs to be cleared. So you want to stay in place until it is. A lot of the time you can use a feather if you want, and just kind of guide the smoke where you want to go. So you work clockwise around the entire home, going in and out of every room, and really listen to that guidance. Like, oh, why am I being called to clean under the table? But do it anyway. Why am I being called to clear in the shower or on top of, like, because it depends where somebody did a lot of processing or where something happened in a home. So you really want to listen to that guidance. Another way, if you don't have any of those, you know, different, you can use sound vibration, you can chant, you can pray, you can sing.
And put some music. You have some music online for cleaning clear energy in houses even. You can look up to, not music, but sound, like intense vibration sound.
Absolutely. And anything above a certain hertz, you know, like over 432 hertz is a really high frequency that can help cleanse the space. You can have a bell, you can have a singing bowl.
Oh, I have a bell. I have a bell. I know a bell because I always ring the bell when I close a new client. So
beautiful. I love that ritual.
Yeah, it's everyone around me knows when I'm ringing the bell. It's an amazing anchor for abundance.
That's
I
beautiful.
don't ring the bell except I'm doing energy work because I'm a healer as well. So, but that is a new thing in my life to see me as a healer because I was always like hiding my powers. So, okay, let's go. Sorry to interrupt you. So,
No
let's
problem.
imagine then we can use whatever to clean the house. What comes next? So, what should we do or have at home to call for abundance?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to clear
Yes, please.
clearing because it's very important. So when you go around the entire space, and you can do it just once with sound, once with smell, or just one or the other, or even clapping can cleanse the space, even just that. So then when you come around the entire space at the very end, it is very important. Like anything, when you open sacred space, you have to close it because you want to leave all those open channels.
Okay.
So that's really important that you close it. And then you want to thank your guides, you want to thank the support, and then you want to infuse the home. May this home be filled with love and light and joy and vibrant health and vitality and abundance and gratitude and resilience and strength, just everything you want to infuse the home with. So it's like you've emptied it out with clearing all that energy, and then you want to fill it up. Now, if you're going to do it virtually, you can just energetically connect with the home. You can do all the same stuff we did. But what I tend to do is energetically, I lift up off the roof, and then I let all the angels come in, or whatever guides, because sometimes specific guides come in related with the land that house is built on, or the ancestors of that land. So that's a little bit on clearing. That was like a very quick 101 on clearing. But I wanted to answer your other question as well, as far as abundance. So I would say some really simple things that don't cost any money, well, maybe a little bit, but are really powerful, is number one, fix anything that's broken. So I know
wait, my washing machine decided to make a lot of noise.
Oh,
Tell me again. What was the first thing?
Fix anything that's broken. So if you have
anything broken,
because like the stove represents abundance, the oven. And so if there's a ring broken on that, it's representing a lack of abundance. Or as I said, if the taps are dripping, that's a lack of money. It's a loss. If the windows have cracks in them or mirrors, it's like how we look at ourselves. So it's how we look out in the world. So we want to make sure basically that everything in the home is in good working order. Otherwise, it's kind of lowering the vibration of the space. So number one is do a clearing, and you can do it through your own voice. Number two is fix anything that's broken around the space. And then number three, I know everybody's heard it before, but it really is one of the most powerful ones, is clear the clutter.
That is, I'm a minimalist. You don't know, but I'm going to tell you. I'm a minimalist. And I cannot live in clutter. It don't. So everything that I want, I can put in my backpack and I can go anywhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I have like 3 pairs of shoes, not more than that, high heels, flats, and some sneakers.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't love it. It's just my life as a digital nomad is much more important for me. But I like to have a headquarters. So I have a house. It cost me a small amount of money. It's ridiculous. I have a little garden where I would like to put something going on. Like, I don't know. I have an altar for money. So I have a little jar where I put money and where I put some fake pearls and golds and things like that mixing. And I'm going to show it to you. Here it is. So you see, I put all
I love that. Yes, it's your wealth jar. I love that. That's beautiful.
And I have as well. Wait, I want to show you. Oh, okay. You see, it's not bills in gold, dollar bills.
Oh, I like that. I like it. You're working the abundance.
Oh, yes. I'm obsessed with that. I have my little altar. And I have a little magic wand for money with 1 billion inside, and I don't know. I'm really into abundance. So, what people do you work with?
I work with, as I've kind of started, I used to work a lot with businesses. And so I've kind of talked a little bit about that. But a lot of the time now, I teach and I train people how to do this. I have a whole school. It's been going nearly 20 years at this stage. And so basically what I do is I teach people how to go out in the world and do Feng Shui and how to transform people's homes and lives. So I mean, I have to say it is predominantly women. I do get a couple of men coming through, but it is predominantly women, goddesses, that want to kind of help create that sacred space. So I work with women that are ready to possibly even have a business that's virtual if they want it to be, because you can do this all virtually, that they can make their own hours. They have something that's really fulfilling, something that makes like a difference in people's lives. So I just feel so blessed because the amazing, incredible people that I am so blessed to meet with my work as Feng Shui and my work as a priestess. Like, it's just people that want to improve their own lives and improve the world, raise consciousness.
Beautiful. What kind of offers do you have? What kind of options do you have online?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to my website, join Amanda Sophia, joinamandasophia.com.
You're going to send me a link as well, so I'm sure then I'll put in the description.
That'd be great. Thank you. Well, there's a free Transform Your Life Feng Shui training. And then I do a lot of priestess work. And the training that I do is called the Priestess Awakening. And I take people around the
I need to do that. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that.
And so there's a free download for that. And I have a podcast, a Priestess Awakening and a Feng Shui podcast. And there's lots of great blogs and all sorts of good stuff. So come over and visit me.
Great. So we are going to share your link. You're going to send to me. We are going to share your link and be sure that people can go to you. Feng Shui is very important. Do you think is growing a movement of women and men, but more women who are coming as coach, mentors, priestess, and we are gearing up, like we are coming together, we are connecting like we are doing now. I think the world is changing.
Yeah, there are definitely, this new earth that we're moving towards without a doubt. And we're all just doing our part. One is to work with our own inner work, our own shadow work, our own vibration, right? Because that's one thing that will facilitate this new earth. And then I think, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the world where old structures are crumbling and things that need to come to the truth are coming to the truth. And I think it's amazing the way that we can connect like this, Rita, and then the way that we can connect, and then the fact that we can share it's things that will help raise the consciousness and the vibration for people and on the planet where it's so needed. So, with Feng Shui, for example, that's been around, at least 6,000 years, so I think it's something that's, I think that, because you were asking, is Feng Shui something did you say, is it?
I was saying not Feng Shui, but in general, women as us, coaches, healers, who are coming out stronger. We're getting this network of women, strong women, who are helping each other, supporting each other. What is such a big change, because we are raised to go against each other. Because if we are all together, we are so powerful. Then they are scared of that.
I know, and it's amazing. I think that we're at a stage moving to this new level of consciousness where people are like, that does not align with me. That is not my truth. I'm going to step into the truth of who I am. And, women and men are rising up all over the world. And yes, it used to be these old patriarchic systems where it was competition and, people, but now it's like, it's all about unity and collaboration to a certain extent for those that are consciously choosing to do that,
I'm going to invite you this weekend, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's kind of late for you, the time, but we are hosting I'm hosting an event, Become an Influential Queen. I'm going to teach about social media, tapping as well. We are going to tap. Then the second, we are going to talk about how to get clients online organically. And the third day is about money and abundance. and about everything that I learned until today. The next, that is going to be an invitation I'm sending to you. You can watch the recordings if it's too late for you, because it's going to be around like 1 a.m. for you, what is kind of slightly late. But I feel then I would love to invite you for the next one for you to talk a little bit about abundance and Feng Shui. So that is a request. And I'm going to offer you a game plan session with me so we can have a chat with no cameras and we can talk about what I can, like here I have a lot of ideas to make Feng Shui even more viral if you want more clients. So I'm going to invite you for that as well. What message did you give to yourself 20 years ago? If you could go back in time and give a message to yourself 20 years ago, what was?
Yeah, it would really be trust myself a lot more and really know my worth. I would say that would be, and that would be my message to everyone, to know your own worth, and then like that self-love. And then when we come from that place, we hear, we see, we act, we speak, we sing, we think, we embody from that place. And if the whole world did their inner work and came from that place, we'd have world peace. We would be that new earth, you know? So that's what I would love to tell my 20-year-old self.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much, Amanda. It was a beautiful podcast.
Thank you. And thank you for the beautiful work you do, Rita.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to say bye to these people on YouTube, and we are going to chat and say bye to each other properly. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, to all that. We are going to get back soon. Please follow Amanda in her social media and go and check out her work. She's amazing. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.